still watching.
A practice shot. Wasn't sure of it myself until our producer told me. But he's allowed, when he comes over to bowl, he's allowed 6 practice shots.
I want to make mention of the fact that tournament director Tom Jenkins and promotion director Tony Sellers here at Boulevard Bowl just did an outstanding job in organizing this event this year, and we'd like to thank both of those gentlemen and wish them the best of luck in 1988. They're looking to do things in a bigger and better way here. And there you see Richard Altman, the proprietor, one of the most progressive proprietors in the United States. Really has done just a fabulous job with this event, and just has made it a pleasure for us to cover, and I know the players really enjoyed it. And the amateurs too. He had a Pro-Am. Aulby leads the dinner bucket on the first shot of over 1,500 entries in the Pro-Am, and that's just outstanding. And he did that last year. We see Aulby averaging the highest for a left-hander on the PBA Tour, 215. He's 27, as 3 of the players on our telecast tonight are. Walter Ray Williams is also 27. Very tough start indeed for Mike Aulby. Leaves, as Mike mentioned, the dinner bucket. It's not exactly what you want to leave on your opening shot. And Aulby, unlike some of the players, doesn't throw real hard and straight at it. He more or less shoots his normal ball speed and angle, moves right, and makes it. He did straighten it out a little bit. He didn't quite turn it as much as he normally does. Mike, the bucket isn't something you necessarily shoot in practice, is it? Well, normally, when the players are bowling in practice for the television show, they're shooting only at the second ball, so you don't get the dinner bucket set up there. So they shoot sometimes at what they think it is, but you can't really tell. It's a little different when you're shooting in a full rack. There you see Walter Ray Williams Jr., who has started both games with a flurry, and oh my goodness, he has just been as solid as a rock here this evening. I mean, it's just, this game's monotonous to him. It's just like pitching horseshoes. He just ringer, dead-eye. He was practicing earlier today, 96 ringers out of 98 throws. You know, that's probably almost as good as Bob Lee and John Sanders could do back at Sports Center. Almost as good. Probably. You know, Bobby Lee would probably be, what, 97 out of 98. Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. And of course, you'll be joining those gentlemen right at the end of this championship match for the latest in the world of sports.
That fourth.
And he can't believe it. Well, my goodness, Michael, he left a solid 8 after a 6-bagger last game on that lane. He deserves a break. Just a hair soft on his shot. Not as much speed. Watch the 2-pin, third from the left. It says 4. I want to nudge you over. Walter Ray holding his behind. Praise the Lord, he said, and the 4-pin fell.
Vision changes or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. Ask your doctor about breast drain for COPD.
Oh.
Soft 7 for Aulby. Going to have to look deep down inside and kind of put Walter Ray out of his mind, don't you think, Michael?
Well, I'll tell you what. What's going through my mind right now, and I don't know whether it's going through Mike Aulby's mind, is the soft speed that Aulby has, and he's used all week long, doesn't seem to be getting the best reaction for the left-handed players on today's pair. The only left-hander that really bowled well was Parker Bone, who throws it much harder than any of the other 3 left-handers that are on the telecast tonight.
Aulby will have to try and make the adjustment on the fly, as it were. So Walter Ray isn't going to wait for him to catch up.
Walter Ray has done what you always want to do in match play competition, and that is get out ahead of your opponent early and put the pressure on him or her. And we see Aulby's fantastic average. Right now, he'd say, I'd take that 236, but it may not be enough the way Walter Ray is bowling tonight.
Mike with an average of 215 even on the television pair in 2 match play games this week, games of 232 and 198. You see a look at the earnings.
And we might mention, as you see that career earnings of $697,000, that no matter what he does tonight, he's going over the 700,000 career mark.
Well, there's the adjustment, and gets a wall shot, and boy, did he need it just in time.
He needs to get something going because Walter Ray has opened, well, 2 successive games with 6 in a row.
And there you see the past 2 bowlers of the year in this title match. Last year, Walter Ray Williams Jr., 1985, Mike Aulby, and Mark Roth just missed the telecast. We might have had 3 former bowlers of the year on one show this summer. Oh, my goodness.
Well, having 2 of them in the title match is as good as you could want.
Yeah, and this guy's been as good as you can get. Oh, right back in the pocket again. Flush City for a man from Stockton, California.
Now watch and see, Dan, on lane 33. Walter Ray, I think, adjusts speed better than any player on the PBA Tour today. And let's see if he picks up that speed just a hair to adjust for that 4-pin rather than moving with the feet.
I don't have much time. She's being reassigned in 2 days.
He's looking down at that approach, though.
Walter Ray Jr., or Walter Ray Williams Jr., an average of 256.5 in 2 games thus far.
He's pretty, isn't he?
He is absolutely perfect through 4 frames. As a matter of fact, he started with the first 4 or better in all 3 games as he lined up. Jeez, are you kidding? We'll be back with more right after this. Isn't that a lovely sight? $27,000 on top, 14 for second. And geez, if you just made the telecast this evening, it was a pretty solid week.
Dan, I can remember bowling out here when I won a summer stop and got $3,000 first place.
Well, we're dealing with a great deal more cash than that here this evening.
And Aulby's dealing with a great deal of pressure. He better strike here in this 4th frame, or this match could be over early.
Well, he needs it for a double. How about it?
That's it.
Well, I'll tell you, I watched this young gentleman win the PBA National Championship back in 1979. He beat Earl Anthony, and you do it by throwing strikes like this.
See his hand, his ring finger, or little finger, now tucks under on the way down. He has it flat on the ball and starts, and it tucks under on the way down. Look at this nice slide. Look at this steady head. Kind of tilts it to the left a little bit right at the last second.
Said he learned that from his bowling instructor about the 3rd or 4th year that he started to bowl, and it's just a reflex. He doesn't even think about it when he does it. It works.
Hey, 200,000 in 1 year. 700,000 career. And he's not even 28 years old yet. Better hurry. Hit it.
Stubborn 10.
Blowout 10. He gives this one a little more room. There's it, the little finger. See, now it tucks under. He doesn't start it that way. It's amazing. Gives it room over the 3rd arrow, out to about the 9th board. Comes in light in the 5-pin. Ball just didn't finish strong enough to hit the 5-pin hard enough to get that 10-pin.
Uh-oh.
Hurry! Oh, and he missed it.
Oops.
You don't see him make a mistake like that very often. He knows it. He has thrown the door wide open. And Walter Ray Williams Jr., I have a feeling, may step through, lock it, throw away the ball, and become the first player to defend his championship in a couple of years out here.
I can remember going to watch a PBA tournament in Kona Lanes back in 1964, 65, watching Glenn Ellison start 3 consecutive games with the first 5 in a row. And Walter Ray here, if he gets a couple more strikes, can start 3 consecutive games with 6 in a row.
Well, how about
Did I make 5 in a row?
and the title, which would be worth $52,000?
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I like to think big.
Walter Ray says, hey, why not, Danny? That's a good idea.
I'll tell you what, if he shoots 300, excuse me, you know that Bob Lee and John Saunders are going to roll some highlights of this guy shooting 300 tonight on SportsCenter, aren't they? If he shoots, they might show all 12. Maybe an extended version.
For 6.
Well, so much
Ain't
for that.
enough to free 6.
Well, Bob and Johnny are off the hook. But nevertheless, stay tuned. SportsCenter follows the Hammer Open in a couple of minutes. Boy, those 2 gentlemen have probably been busy all day long with the festival and everything else that's been happening. There you see Mike Aulby. And at this point in time, trying to pull a rabbit out of his hat.
Has the 3-6, no problem. Changes balls.
Alerting to no zone.
Oh, that's
Just not there for Mike Aulby tonight, and boy, he's getting right now. If he makes this and strikes out to the last ball, he can wind up at 236, which has been his average all week long. But the way Walter Ray is going, he's going to 238 pace right now. It looks like he's going to get more.
The thing that's amazing, Mike, is how this game changes from day to day. Now, Mike Aulby opened this tournament with a 6-game block of 1555. Now, that's 355 pins over for 6 games. Translated into layman terms, that's an average of 259.1 for the opening 6 games.
My entire career, I never bowled 6 games that high.
Well, this was the highest 6-game block that Mike has ever bowled in PBA competition. So he got off to a very quick start. Obviously would like to finish quick. He's got his hands full here this evening.
There were traces of mercury fulminate, sodium aside, and tetrol in the material.
Blasting cap, no two would have never blown on its own. Fire wasn't hot enough.
Got it out there and it finished harder and went through the nose, and that's a reaction that all of the players that have been soft tonight have had of both lanes.
I know a lot of the fans at home are saying, well, geez, why doesn't he adjust? Why doesn't he move? But it's just not that easy.
He is probably adjusting. He is probably making little moves. I mean, this is where he played all week long. This is probably the same ball that he used either in the morning or one of the rounds all week long. And it's just not getting the same reaction that he had, obviously.
Oh. Oops.
Well, I
Spare in the
guarantee you one
7.
thing. Mike Aulby will fight and scratch right down to the final shot.
Walter Ray, if he wins tonight, will join Brian Voss, Kent Wagner, and Randy Peterson as 2-time winners this year.
And he will also rack up 27,000 and put him 99,000 plus for the year. Well, when it goes right, it all goes right. You saw Walter Ray stand up on his toes. He realized that shot was going right when he kicked out the 4.
Tripped out the 4 twice. He's done that in this game.
Well, the vegetarian
Little ballet move here.
medically proven to be the healthiest of choices. Perhaps it's time you made the jump.
Look at the eyes.
You better go down, up by 44, and he's feeling rather comfortable at this stage.
Because I haven't told you.
Boy, what a direct contrast to last week's title game in the Austin Open.
Oof.
Kent Wagner and Philip Ringer went
Step on the
right
side,
down to the
right?
final shot. You just never know what's going to happen in PBA competition.
Yeah, well,
It's just, we've got a blowout here, and what are you going to do? Alby's going to get up there and try his best to finish out with 224, but it's not going to be there. Walter Ray has been in the driver's seat since the first ball against Brad Snow.
since, as you can see, the post-mortem damage is extensive.
Aulby safe in 8th, but I kept feeling
Well, I
good
just have to
that
wonder with
16-year-old.
Mike's thoughts back in Sacramento this week. His mother-in-law obviously recuperating, but his wife Tammy has been gone all week long, and it's amazing that he was able to lead a tournament.
That kind of distraction.
Sure, let's face it.
Well, you're talking, he's a class young man.
Oh.
Just real quality people that we have on our PBA tour. Tremendous representative of professional bowling. To stay alive.
No go.
Mike kind of chuckling to himself, puts his head down, and he has a lot of pride, this young gentleman, and right now you can see he is really struggling with what's happening out there, and he's just going to have to do the best he possibly can. He's thinking, now wait a minute, that was supposed to go high, and it didn't get there.
Well, see, he went high the last time on that lane.
Sure.
He obviously made some kind of adjustment, and the reaction was the exact opposite. Skidded out on him, leaves a 3.56. And as the players say right now, he has the old Y shot, light or high. And we've all experienced that humbling feeling, and bowling can humble anyone.
Mike Aulby's best possible 204, but the metallic and blue of Walter Ray Williams Jr. streaking towards it.
Oh,
He hasn't left many
okay.
tens. Had to pick one up to beat Parker Bone the third.
That's the only other one he's left besides this one. He says, I don't care right now. Going into 247 pace, and I'm going to make this 10-pin, have no trouble.
Join the brand that supports you most.
He will become the first player since Ted Hannes to repeat. And as Harry Golden, the PBA's national tournament director, mentioned in his warm-up, he will be the only champion this tournament has ever known.
He may win it every year.
Get the free experience out now.
And 2 titles now. I mean,
Did you know that most
what people don't
of
realize
the software
is
made
he
with forever
won the first
chemicals?
Miller Lite
And
tournament, and in the next tournament, goes high, leaves the 610. If he won the second one, he would have had won a $50,000 bonus. And he shot 258 and lost with 10 strikes.
Well, he's obviously won this one, regardless of what happens, because he got 225 in the ninth. Possible 240 game. Picks up the spare, so Walter Ray Williams Jr. is the winner of the $150,000 Hammer Open. It wasn't quite as exciting as a year ago, but I'll venture to say that Walter Ray will sleep tonight and say, geez, if I liked it the second time, it was much easier on my nerves.
Right. So that was fun for the fans, but the bowler likes it a lot better that way.
Great shot and just tremendous bowling. Mike Aulby quickly up off the bench to handshake Walter Ray Williams Jr., who captures the $150,000 hammer open for the second year in a row.
Subscribe.
I think he likes it.